Football punditry is a very interesting phenomenon. I don't know whether it's a business or profession. Whatever it is, pundits are very interesting people. Most of the times very unrealistic. Some of them behave like harlots, and you can never truly rely on whatever you hear from them, unfortunately. And that is the way it is. Why am I saying this, guys? I'm saying this because of what's going on now, the hula baloo surrounding Liverpool Football Club. As a long-standing Arsenal fan of over 3 decades, I am a little bit concerned because it's like these people are making a mountain out of a molehill, writing Liverpool Football Club off because they've fallen behind my club, Arsenal Football Club, by 1 point. It's a big mistake I want so many Arsenal fans not to really listen to. We should not let them we should not allow them to detract us from the job at hand. We should not allow them to get into our heads and our minds and start abusing it. If you look around what's going on, you could still see that many still do not believe that Arsenal Football Club has the capacity, to be champions, despite the progress they are seeing so far. But today I don't want to talk about Arsenal Football Club. I really want to talk about Liverpool and what I feel is going on at Liverpool. Arne Slot, when he arrived last season, he walked into an already made machinery that was built over the years. And they won him the league in his first season. I don't know whether there's any coach in the Premier League that did that. Not even Pep Guardiola did that. They won him the league. And in that euphoria, in that sense of belief, he went into the transfer market, and they did what they felt was the right thing to do, based on his own football philosophy, his vision and psychology. In that process, I believe a couple of mistakes were made, because when you look at Liverpool as at this point in time, it looks slightly unbalanced. It looks slightly unbalanced for many that have now jumped on the back of Van Dijk and Mo Salah. Please remember that these guys have been the bedrock of all the successes Liverpool has recorded over the years. And you don't expect them to be at the optimal at all times. But even at that, they were still doing their best. But the truth is that Liverpool, despite everything that's been said, are not the most balanced outfit in the Premier League as at this point in time. However, writing them off so early in the season with 7 games played is, to me, nonsensical. And I am strongly of the opinion that I am sure that those behind the leadership of Arsenal Football Club will not listen to that, because I am definitely sure that Pep Guardiola is not listening to that. When we look at currently, just like Arsenal is moving on strongly, Manchester City is beginning to show their original character. So it's not about Liverpool, it's not about Arsenal Football Club, it's about the most balanced outfit that have the capacity to win the league. Unfortunately for Arne Slot, the rude awakening has arrived. Luckily, the international window may grant him the opportunity to realign a lot of thought lines, realign a lot of things. Maybe his philosophy is, I can concede as much as I can so long as I score. But that will not win him the league, or that will not make him defend the league. So they really have to look back again. And luckily, the January international window will be here for them to do the right thing. McGahey, unfortunately, may not have the frame of mind to go back to them even in the summer, because of how the whole thing went down last transfer window. And from what Fabrizio Romano said, he's got many suitors around Europe as far as Saudi Arabia. So he's spoiled for choices. And what we heard is that Bayern Munich is really interested in him. So we're going to see how he's going to pan out. Whether whether Arsenal is now the favorite for the league or is not, it's fine, because that is exactly what we want. But we don't want those guys, those deceitful thongs that never believed in us, to suddenly begin singing our praises, singing our hallelujahs that we are now everything, because we will never allow you guys to get into our heads. My advice to Arne Slot is, dear sir, go back to the basics, because this is the Premier League. So the Premier League has formally and finally welcomed you. The period of holiday is over. Your honeymoon is over. I believe you are the luckiest coach in the Premiership as at this point in time. And it gets to a point. I remember watching your first game at Bournemouth. I said that this is not a Liverpool that is going to win the league. From that first game till your fifth game, when you had 15/15, I maintained my point of view that this Liverpool I'm looking at will not win the league, and have been proven correctly. But that does not mean that Liverpool cannot still yet win the league. They can still win the league because opportunities are there, and we know how the season normally goes, the ups and downs and seasons, and every club has its own hurdles to cross. Last season, Arsenal was decimated by injuries up and down. Liverpool were flying, and they won it so easily. With fewer points than what the league was won 2 and 3 years ago. But it was their stroke of luck. So guys, I don't know what you think. That's how I see it. That's how I see things. I strongly believe that the league is still very open. Anybody can win it. Anybody of the top 4 to 6 can still win it. Arsenal may be in a very strong position, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Until we talk again tomorrow, may God bless you guys. Let me hear what you think. Just let me hear what you think, whether I made sense or not. Please subscribe if this is your first time listening to me. And we'll talk again very soon. God bless you guys.